Sinasabi, freedom of speech. Kinakartel daw, sinosuppress daw namin. Yung attorney Trixie, vlogger din yon, di ba? She should know better. Abogada siya eh. Meron pa isa, si attorney Harry Roque. Isang laos na dating TV anchor. Laos na yun eh. Ngayon, naghanap ng pagkakitaan siguro. Sobra yung yabang nito mga to. Mayabang nga sa post eh. But when you ask them to come here and, share your ideas here, they don't want. Sa TV, dadaan yan sa isang masusing editing, no? Ganun din naman sa dyaryo, no? Pero sa social media kasi walang nag-e-edit eh. Kahit nga mismo yung, halimbawa, yung nakikita yung billboard sa EDSA. Diba? Yan, they are bound by certain rules. Diba? Ano yung ilalagay mo doon. Pero yung mga fake news peddlers, pwede ba sila maglagay ng billboard sa EDSA, yung kanilang pinost na fake? Hindi. Kasi they know that they will be censored by the regulatory body regulating yung mga paggamit ng mga billboards. Kaya talagang kinakailangan talagang magkaroon tayo ng isang polisiya. Yung nananawagan ngayon dito sa social media na sinasabi na hanggang ngayon, wala nga, nagpe-presscon nga yata sila at sinasabing, freedom of speech. May abogada dyan eh. Sinasabi, freedom of speech. Kinakartel daw, sinosuppress daw namin. Yung attorney Trixie, vlogger din yon, di ba? She should know better. Abogada siya eh. Meron pa isa, si attorney Harry Roque. No? Meron daw suppression of information highway. I don't know kung saan galing yun. Pero my point being is that we're not suppressing anything here. Kaya nga ho kayo nandirito because we want to consult you para magkaroon tayo ng polisiya, isang regulatory framework. Ngayon, dahil hindi sila nagpunta rito at nandun sila sa labas, tinitira kami sa kanilang social media, sa mga vlogs nila, that only tells us something. Di ba? Bakit takot kayo rito na magbigay ng inyong idea para magkaroon tayo kasi ayaw nyo magpa-regulate? So that you can continue with what you're doing even though that you know na ito ay illegal. You're crossing the border of being libelous and not. Diba? So, bakit ganun? Diba? Ngayon, they create an impression among their followers na kami ay nangingitil ng kanilang karapatan. Wala ho kaming ginagawang ganun dito. Wag ho kayo magpapabudol dyan sa mga budolerong yan. Marami yung nambubudol na vlogs. Wag kayong follow sa kanila dahil pinagkakakitaan ho kayo niyan. Kawawa ho kayo. Yung pong nagbibigay ng mga stars, yung mga vloggers na nanghihingi ng stars, wag ho kayong magbibigay ng mga stars dyan. Dahil ginagawa ho nila yan, kunyari in the guise of you supporting their contents so that they can produce more contents, pero kumikita po yung mga yan, binubudol lang ho kayo niyan. Huwag ho kayong magpapaloko dahil yung pera nyo, ginagamit po nila. So, again, Mr. Chairman, I want to know also, where does NTC come into play here? Nasaan ho ang NTC dito sa buong kwento ng fake news, ng social media, ng vlogging? Saan ho tayo dito, NTC?
Good evening, Mr. Chair. On the part of NTC, we rely on the opinion of the Office of the Solicitor General, acting as our statutory counsel, where the Solicitor General concluded that while the power to issue order to restrict, block access, or delete libelous online posts remain with the courts, it should be supported by a judicial warrant. And therefore, NTC cannot take down these videos.
But are you monitoring all this? Assuming somebody asks for materials or maybe perhaps evidence from your end. Can you provide that?
When a complaint is filed, we refer it to the telcos for the preservation of content, and we also refer it to law enforcement agencies.
Kasi ako, I was being accused of being a drug lord daw eh. But when you look at the whole story, ang kwento, yung sasakyan na nahuli somewhere in Leyte ay dumaan lang sa Surigao. Dahil ako'y taga Surigao, ako na raw yung drug lord. And they create the story. Ang narrative nila is that the vehicle that was used to transport these drugs is owned by me and driven by my brother. So they painted a picture of me and my brother being involved in drugs. Yan, nakakatawa yun eh. Dahil sa amin, wala naman naniniwala eh. Di ba? Merong iilan siguro na naniniwala. But my point being is that because this post was made by someone, perhaps our political opponent, yun lang naman kasi ang pwede niyang gawin para manalo eh. So, kumalat, no? At isinare naman ito ng mga kung sino-sinong vlogger. No? Ngayon, when ABS-CBN issued a fact-check report and Rappler issued the same fact-check report saying it's false, it's not true, meron pa rin mga tatanga-tangang mga vlogger na patuloy pa rin nilalabas, pinupost ito. Meron dyan, yung isang laos na dating TV anchor, laos na yun eh. Ngayon, naghanap ng pagkakitaan siguro. Di ba? And hoping and expecting that he will garner X amount of engagement so that he can monetize. Perhaps, no? Yun ang tingin ko. Hindi pa yata na kontento sa bayad ng mga narco vloggers at saka mga pogo operators eh. My point, again, is that because this happened, my personal experience, sa akin, wala, kaya sabi ko nga, wala naman naniniwala no, doon sa aking mga pinagsisilbihan, sa aking mga constituents eh. In spite of the fact that there were already reports saying that these are false statements, false news, or fake news, they kept on spreading and spreading and spreading. Diba? Sabi nga kanina, di ba, we cannot be onion skinned. Yun lang. But there must be a way for this kinds of behavior to be checked. And the only way we can do that in the social media is when we come up with a regulatory policy. That's why I'm also proposing that the social media platforms, dapat kumuha sila ng prangkisa sa Kongreso.
That's
Dapat
correct, Your
kumuha
Honor.
sila ng prangkisa so that they will toe the line and they will be disciplined. Kasi ngayon, pinapabayaan lang nila eh. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor, and we can regulate in that case.
And because may prangkisa sila, NTC now can regulate.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Do you agree that we should demand or compel them to seek franchise from Congress, Attorney?
We agree, Your Honor.
And let me ask, you see, we have so yun lang ang punto natin doon. Mr. Chairman, nakakalungkot isipin kasi nung tiningnan ko kung ilan na yung nakakita, ang dami na 100,000 na yung nakakita nung post eh. Ngayon, yung comments, nakakatawa lalo yung comments. When they post it, no, there's this vlogger na siguro wala rin pagkakitaan ito, banat lang ito ng banat, pasiga-siga rin ito, siguro, naghahanap din ng engagement. Di ba? Naghahanap din ng engagement. Hindi pa rin nakontento sa bayad sa kanya. Now, he kept on spreading and spreading this fake news. So the only recourse in running after these kinds of people who abuse the social media is for us to pass a law. Kasi kung hindi, patuloy ang ganyan. Ang nakakalungkot, especially for a public official who is running for an office, a public office. Kunyari, kagaya kanina kay Senator Marcoleta, pag nasiraan siya na nasiraan, it may affect his winnability. Because may naniwala eh. Kapag merong naniwala. No? So, ngayon, dun sa mga vloggers na imbis na pumunta dito, magpahayag ng kanilang mga punto de vista, ika nga, o makadagdag man lang, makaambag man lang kayo sa paggawa ng batas dito, patungkol dyan sa inyong industriyang social media, eh hindi nyo ginawa, bagkus kayo ay nagpunta sa Supreme Court para magreklamo sa TRICOM. Yun, and they do this with bravado, ika nga. Sobra, di ba? Sobra yung yabang nito mga to. Mayabang nga sa post eh. But when you ask them to come here and, share your ideas here, they don't want. So, I'm glad that NTC has agreed with the position of this representation. Ngayon, doon naman po sa atin sa law enforcement, NBI and sa PNP, no, naiintindihan mo namin yung dilemma ninyo eh. Di ba? Yung dilemma that one, you cannot even subpoena a probable suspect at the moment. But following the doctrine of in flagrante delicto as espoused by Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, palagay ko meron na kayong legal na basihan. So maybe you can explore that. That's a good issue that you can study so that your job will become easy. Marami may naninira, hindi na lang, wala na ngang respeto di ba? They call names. They call us names. Tapos ang mabigat yung nananawagan ng kaguluhan sa bayan. Di ba? Kayo bilang law enforcers, naiintindihan nyo na ito ay isang malaking yung nga nananawagan ng kudita ngayon, hindi na ngayon makita eh. Oh, di ba? Nung una, nung hindi siya pinapansin, ang tapang-tapang niya. Ngayon, when the authorities wanted to implement what the law says, nagtatago na ito. So, Mr. Chair, gusto ko pa sanang abaan, but I promise to you, 1 minute and 30 seconds lang.
Actually, 15 minutes ka na.
So,
brother.
and
Okay.
I'm sure this is not the first and the last hearing, no?
Actually, meron pa tayong next hearing next week. Yes, Congressman Akop.
I will yield the balance of my time to Congressman Akop. Thank you.
Salamat naman sa nahiya ka. Congressman Akop, please.
Mr. Chair, may I know if we have invited representatives from BIR and AMLAC?
BIR?
And AMLAC?
We haven't invited them yet because actually we have given this time to the first 40 bloggers, no? Na nakita natin according sa CICC that have contents that are meron silang misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation content. That's the reason why we invited them first. But marami pa po tayong imbitahan,
Mr. Chair, that we invite representatives from BIR and AMLAC in the next scheduled hearing.
Okay, we will do that, Chairman Akop. So, Comsec, you are directed to invite the BIR and the AMLAC as well.